when Caitlin Clark opened up about the unreal hype ahead of her WNBA debut. People love the long shots, people love the passing, people love the fire. Caitlin Clark explained how her playing style was one of the biggest reasons behind her garnering so much attention. Caitlin Clark has already gained cult status despite it being only her sophomore season in the WNBA. She is praised as a game-changer in women's basketball due to her long-range shooting, playmaking, competitive fire, and swagger-like demeanor. A college basketball phenom, she drew attention from her days at the University of Iowa, where she represented the Hawkeyes. Clark meant business from the beginning, setting a new benchmark in the points and assists columns. She achieved several milestones along the way. Clark won the Naismith College Player of the Year on back-to-back occasions, 2023 and 2024. Wrapping up her collegiate career, she emerged as the NCAA's all-time leading scorer. During this time, the 23-year-old also became a household name, with all her games sold out. Gearing up for her much-anticipated WNBA debut, she sat down with Robin Roberts for an interview, addressing all the surrounding noise and explaining what made her game so special. "I think it's just the style of basketball that I play, but also people love the fire and emotion that I have, and like the smile I always have on my face. To be honest, I don't get nervous for games because I know this is just fun for me. People love the long shots, people love the passing, people love the fire," said Clark, who recently had her college jersey number 22 retired. Caitlin Clark effect, a term used to signal the increased popularity of women's basketball, owing to Clark. This was evident from her record attendance and viewership in her last 2 seasons at Iowa. One example is the 2024 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship game, which drew 18.9 million views. Her presence has certainly popularized the WNBA to a significant degree, reigniting the Hoosier hysteria phenomenon. In 2023, Iowa participated in a preseason exhibition game against DePaul and Kinnick Stadium, which set an attendance record of 55,646. According to a CBJ report, Clark had a $82.5 million impact on the Iowa economy in consumer spending and contributed an estimated $36.5 million to the Indianapolis economy. Thanks to her, Fever has also emerged as the second most valuable franchise behind the New York Liberty. WNBA career so far. The Indiana Fever selected Clark as the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. Following a historic run at Iowa, there were a lot of expectations for her. Not disappointing, she was named Rhodey. Adding to the accolades were the all-rookie first team and all-star game selections. Clark led the Fever to its best record, 20-20, and first playoff appearance since 2016. Facing a first-round exit, they were swept at the hands of the Connecticut Suns. She was awarded the 2024 ESPY for Best WNBA Player after her successful debut. Entering her sophomore season, Clark has been dealing with several injuries. Nevertheless, she has managed to maintain her upward trajectory. In the 13 games that she played, she has averaged 16.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, 8.8 assists, and 1.6 steals. Clark's selection was a no-brainer with Indiana hosting the All-Star Weekend in 2025. She had also announced her participation in the three-point contest. Sadly, she was left with no choice but to withdraw from the event due to her injury and the rehab protocols. Hopefully, she will return soon, especially with numerous fans crowding arenas to watch her play. The night before her WNBA debut, Caitlin Clark couldn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling of her Indianapolis apartment, headphones in, listening to her pregame playlist, mostly Taylor Swift and J. Cole, with a few pump-up classics thrown in. Her eyes were wide open, but her mind was drifting between 1,000 thoughts. Her heartbeat was steady, but her chest felt tight. "I knew it was going to be big," she would later admit. "But I didn't realize just how big." That morning, the sun rose to sold-out ticket headlines and cameras crowding the entrance of the arena. Her number 22 jersey was already the top seller in the league. ESPN had switched their primetime slot. Her face was on billboards, buses, even cereal boxes in some parts of Iowa. The Caitlin Clark era had arrived. The buzz before the ball tip. In an exclusive sit-down interview months later, Caitlin finally opened up about what she was feeling during those 24 surreal hours before stepping onto the WNBA stage. "It was like the whole world was watching," she said, seated in the Fever's practice gym, her sneakers untied, legs folded underneath her. I've played in big games before, Final Fours, national championships. But this was different. This wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about what I represented. She took a breath, looking down at the polished floor. People saw me as the next hope for the WNBA. That's a lot for a 22-year-old to carry. The hype wasn't just media-generated. It was generational. Clark had already transformed women's college basketball at Iowa, dragging record-breaking viewership along with her logo threes and laser-sharp passes. But the jump to the WNBA was different terrain. More physical. Faster. Relentless. I kept hearing how I had to save the league, or bring eyes, or change the game, she said, shaking her head. And I was like, hey, I'm just trying to get through my first pick and roll. People love the long shots. Clark's debut game was a mixed bag. She scored 18 points, dished out 6 assists, but also had turnovers, some forced, some simply the result of nerves. I remember the first time I hit a logo 3 in that game, the crowd exploded, she recalled, eyes lighting up. It wasn't just cheering. It was like they felt it, like they had been waiting for that moment as much as I had. She smiled, recalling the electric pop in the crowd. People love the long shots, people love the passing, people love the fire. That's what I bring. That's who I am. And I wasn't going to hide it. The fire, as she calls it, is what has endeared her to so many. She talks trash with a grin. She celebrates assists as much as points. And she plays every possession like it's her last. That's not a persona, she said. That's just me. I'm competitive as hell. And I love this game. So yeah, I'm gonna fist pump. I'm gonna scream after a big 3. That's my joy leaking out. Pressure, expectations, and a league evolving. Still, the expectations were massive, and she felt them. It wasn't just about me playing well, Clark said. It was like, if I don't succeed, I'm letting down an entire movement. And that's not fair. The WNBA has been amazing before I got here. There are legends, stars, women who paved the way for me to even dream this big. She credits players like Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Sabrina Ionescu for showing her what's possible. They let me be loud. They let me shoot from 30 feet. They made that okay. And yet, despite all the pressure, Clark has embraced her spotlight not with hesitation, but with perspective. I know this platform won't last forever. So if people are watching now, great. Let them see how incredible this league is. Let them fall in love with Aya, Stewie, Aaliyah, Kelsey. If I'm the entry point, awesome. But I'm not the whole story.